wonderful hotels from Mauritius to the Maldives. So I'm going to start with Melanie from the Standard in the Maldives. So I'll let her introduce herself and she will start today's presentation. And just remember, any questions, pop them in Q&A.
Thank you, Jade, and lovely to be here. And at this chilly time of year, I'm going to take you all for a quick whiz around the Standard Maldives. So hopefully you can see my screen. I'm going to go through a quick presentation and then have a quick video afterwards. So the Standard Maldives, as we like to say, we're anything but standard, as you can see from our logo. And we offer something that's quite unique for the Maldives. We are a 5-star resort, a beautiful island. And I'd say the vibe is very relaxed luxury. So it's a very friendly, welcoming feel. It's a beautiful island, and I'll show you a little bit more shortly. And it's a very contemporary kind of look and feel. So we're located in Ra Atoll, and that's about a 40-minute seaplane from Male. So that in itself is a great way to arrive at the island. It's kind of like an excursion en route, and you really have the sense of, it's quite exciting arriving in that way. And as you see the island come closer, and the every color blue of the lagoon and ocean, it's really stunning. It's a really lush tropical island, a lot of vegetation, greenery, and then beautiful white sand all around the island. So that's something that you notice as you come in and land close to the island. So I'm going to take you around the island and just give you a quick overview. We have 115 villas, and every single villa has its own plunge pool. So as you look at this here, this is the lagoon facing overwater villa. We have 88 overwater villas of the 115. And what's slightly different is that our lead-in villa is going to be overwater. So that's quite attractive when you're pricing up. So 88 of the 115 are overwater. Every single villa has its own plunge pool. I think for a longer stay, it's really lovely to do a twin centre within the resort and actually start with an overwater and then move to the beach. The beach is slightly larger. I'll show you some more images shortly. And it's also good for toddlers, have that sense of security that you're on the beach. And it's a really stunning beach, which I'll show you shortly. So as I mentioned, we're based in Ra Atoll. So that's going to be about a 40-minute seaplane journey to us. And I really do think of that as an excursion in itself, as I mentioned. So this is a kind of resort map to give you a bit of an overview. So on the left-hand side here, we have Beru Bar. So Beru Bar is a great place to come for a sundowner drink or after dinner. It's an adult-only bar. And you capture the sunset there. We've got a glass bottom floor, so you can see the kind of, the marine life whilst you dance the night away, have a cocktail. Once a week, we'll have a karaoke night here. And then otherwise we might have a DJ, or acoustic music. So adult only, great fun, great vibes. And we also, aside from having the glass bottom floor, we have the largest disco ball in the Maldives, because why not? And that's kind of a fun thing that you'll see throughout, is the disco ball thematic. One thing to note, so we have our own house reef. So where you can see these people snorkeling, this is where you can access the house reef. So that's going to be about 50 meters from your villa. So there's a lot of opportunity to soak up all of the amazing marine life that you have on your doorstep. And then there's excursions that you can see a lot more too. And I'll tell you about that shortly. Coming over here, we have the residence. So the residence is our VIP 2-bedroom overwater villa. It's absolutely stunning. And I'll show you this shortly on the video. And then we come to the standard spa. And the spa is really an amazing, it's just a great place to relax. We've got 9 treatment rooms. We have a hammam, we have a yoga studio. We've got an outside kind of pool deck area where after having a massage, you can just relax and chill out there. We have kind of spa within our DNA. For those of us, or those of you that know the The Miami property we have, that's known for its spa. So we have slightly alternative treatments. We have sound healing, we'll have, Reiki, we have visiting practitioners that could be Ayurvedic. So other than kind of yoga, you might get to do some acupressure. Like I went to a class when I was there that was for self acupressure, and it was kind of how to alleviate tech neck, which I think all of us have got in these days, and stiff hips as well from many hours at the desk. So, obviously that's, those type of, classes would be free of charge. In terms of board basis, we have everything from bed and breakfast, half board, full board, all-inclusive light and all-inclusive plus. And with the plus, you're going to get spa treatments. So I just wanted to mention that. And as I said before, you've got an outside area there with a pool and a deck. So after having a massage, you can just chill out. And we really have, great treatments there. CBD oil, as I said, quite alternative, holistic treatments. Coming onto the island, it's a really beautiful island. It takes about 45 minutes to walk around. And you can see where we have our beach villas, so both ocean and lagoon facing, and lots of greenery around them. So they feel quite exclusive and they feel quite private. So again, that in itself is quite romantic as well for those that are looking for it. Or equally, you may get families coming there with toddlers that want to have a villa on the beach. We have a kids club, so Little Sharks Kids Club, gym, tennis court, we have volleyball. So you can be quite active if you wish, but equally, if you just want to relax, there's plenty of opportunity to just completely chill out. Coming down to Guda Guda, and I'll show you some more images shortly. Guda Guda is a beautiful overwater restaurant, and it's specializing in Maldivian cuisine, which is quite unique. It's quite atmospheric, quite romantic. You come in, you leave your sandals at the door, you come, walk to your table, which is going to be a low table with cushions, amazing food. So that's going to be in our all-inclusive plus as a dine around. And then coming over here, you've got Barbecue Shack. Barbecue Shack is super chill, a really great restaurant on the beach. It is a shack, it's laid back, you've got sand beneath your feet, you've got, the sea breeze, great barbecue food, reggae music in the background. So it's a really chill kind of disconnect. You really feel like you're on holiday. We've got an amazing water sports and dive center. It's a PADI dive center. So for those that want to be a bit more adventurous, you can be, and you might, if you've never tried kite surfing, we would be a great place to try that. For people that haven't been diving ever, we've got amazing tuition that's very kind of, I had a kind of refresher dive when I was there, and the quality of the teaching, and I was a bit nervous. I had a one-on-one session, and I really felt so looked after, and we get great reports from our dive team. So you can be adventurous, or equally if you just want to do an excursion and go snorkeling, see manta rays, sea turtles, that's really going to make the holiday quite memorable. As part of an all-inclusive plus, then you would get an inclusion of a sunset cruise or a dolphin cruise. And then across all board types, you obviously get kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding. So plenty of opportunity, to take advantage of all of the amazing marine life that we have on our doorstep. Coming up, you've got the lobby and the arrival jetty. And then we've got the main restaurant, Juice Cafe, Toddy's Boat, and the main pool area here. And then just down the bottom, we've got Baby Island. So Baby Island is somewhere that if someone was having a special experience, like maybe honeymoon kind of dinner, or if someone wanted to propose, that would be a great place to take a catamaran and propose to your loved one on that island. Equally, we've had guests that have had a milestone birthday, and they've come with friends or family, and they've taken the island for themselves for lunch and a few drinks on their kind of island there. So that's a really lovely thing that you could do as well, and we program in ad hoc experiences like that. So let's go into the look and feel of the accommodation. So I can send this afterwards, but this is just basically the breakdown. It's not too complex in terms of the villas that we have. It's either 1 or 2 bedrooms, either over water or on the beach. And then there's 2 views, and that's either going to be lagoon or ocean. Throughout the year, we do kind of tacticals, and if we have a villa upgrade, then it would be from lagoon to ocean, and ocean is a kind of more private view. And then finally, we have the standard residence, which is kind of like our VIP residence. So plenty of options there. One thing I would say is that when you come up to certain times of the year, like festive, and it's really difficult to get 2-bedroom villas because they book out so far in advance across whole of the Maldives. What we can do is we can kind of guarantee overwater villas next to each other. So they're not connecting, but they are right next door. So as you come off the jetty, you go left and right, which works quite well for friends, families, as well as like maybe a family with teenagers. So these are the villa features, everything you might expect. What you might not expect is a disco ball in the bathroom and a ukulele. And then we have an activity wall, which is quite fun. And this is it. So basically, the activity wall is everything you need just to take advantage of the house reef. I like to think of it like a kind of grab and go with a difference. So you take your kit and you just go straight to the water. So it's quite nice that you've got that, so you can take full advantage. So the look and feel is very contemporary and modern, as I mentioned. The size is 110 square meters for overwater villas. And you can see, obviously, you've got the terrace there. You've got steps into the ocean as well, which is really lovely. And then this is coming into a 2-bedroom villa. So again, on the 2 bedrooms, you've got a larger plunge pool between the 2 villas, and they connect via the sun lounge terrace there. Coming into the residence, as I mentioned, that is the kind of the VIP flagship villa, and that's got an interconnecting lounge area as well. Then the beach villas are absolutely gorgeous, 137 square meters. So they're larger, and you can see they've got loads of greenery around them. So they feel really private. So you imagine 7 in the morning coming out onto the beach. You've got the beach to yourself. You've got super fine sand. You've got really shallow lagoon to wade into. And it just feels absolutely gorgeous. You feel quite like a rock star, Robinson Crusoe styling. And then obviously we've got 2 bedrooms there as well. This is just an aerial shot just to show you the 2 bedrooms and the 1 bedrooms. But then again, you can see they're quite private, quite secluded, which is really lovely. If you have children sharing or a third adult, then on the left-hand side, you've got a day bed. So that's where they would be accommodated. And then obviously the bathrooms, you have the fabulous disco ball there. So that comes off, people love to kind of take photos, and you'll see that in our Instagram account from some of the guests as well. You've got the glass bottom there as well on the overwater villas. So again, there's not a moment that's missed in terms of actually seeing the sea life beneath you, which is quite fun. And if there's 2 of you, maybe someone's already gone out snorkeling, you might even see them swim beneath. Coming into the restaurant area now, I'm just going to whiz through this. So we've got Cooler Restaurant. This is our main restaurant. So it's a buffet style, international cuisine. We'll have local cuisine as well. Every dietary requirement catered for there, inside and outside seating. And we have some fresh, food stations that are prepared freshly at that time as well. So pizza, pasta, sushi, and so forth. And then coming into Toddy's. So Toddy's Bar has a kind of recreational element to it. So you've got chess, you've got drafts, you've got ping pong, you've got tennis, table tennis. So again, that's kind of quite a fun place. You don't often get a chance to play games like that other than when you're on holiday at Christmas or something like that. So you can really disconnect, have a cocktail or a mocktail. Some people like to get quite competitive, but it's fun. And then coming into Juice Cafe. Juice Cafe's got it's got a lounge feel to it. So you can grab a book, have a bite to eat, cocktail, mocktail, and just chill out. We've got lots of book banks there with magazines and books, so you can have them, read them there or bring them back to your villa. And then Guda Guda, it's the restaurant I mentioned before. So this is a beautiful restaurant, Maldivian cuisine, very atmospheric. It's open in the evening. It's illuminated around, so you can see things like baby shark and the marine life there at night. So it's quite special. Both Guda Guda and Barbecue Shack, as I mentioned, are included in the all-inclusive plus as a dine around. So we are a resort that's, great for couples. Obviously, you can have that romantic kind of experience, but equally, we're very good for small groups, families, and also for solo travelers. It's a very kind of welcoming feel. So if you were a solo traveler or a single parent, you'd feel quite at home with us as well. This is Barbecue Shack. So super simple on the beach, sand beneath your feet, lovely cocktail, reggae vibes in the background, and you just have that I'm on holiday feel. So great food there as well. Beru Bar's the fun bar that I mentioned. So you can dance night away, karaoke once a week, the biggest disco ball in the Maldives, the glass bottom floor, and then a great place, as you can see here, have a sundowner drink. So getting around the island, obviously you can walk, we have bicycles, and you can also call for a buggy as well. And that just gives you a bit of perspective there. Tonic bar is the bar area to chill out after having your massage. In the spa area, this is just the arrival lobby here. When you come off your seaplane, you meet our team, we get a warm welcome and a nice cool drink, and we get to know what you'd like to do when you come and stay with us. Equally, we have a doctor in residence, so I think that's something that people quite like. It gives another sense of security as well. This is the main pool area, so once a week we'll have a pool party here, which is quite fun on a Saturday afternoon. So you know, you can chill out there. Otherwise you've got kind of chill out music, might be a DJ, have a nice cocktail and just soak up the vibes of the lagoon. So you can be quite active if you wish, but equally if you don't want to, then you can just relax. We've got loads and loads of activities in terms of diving, snorkeling, excursions, so you can totally take advantage of that. And as I mentioned, within the all-inclusive plus, and you will get to do a dolphin cruise or a sunset cruise. We have every type of water sport imaginable, so for those kind of you know, water sport enthusiasts, we've definitely got you covered. And we'll have something like this is a tribal dance that we do once a week. We've got the pool party, midnight cinema, karaoke night, and then for children, other than the kids club, we also have this water park here. So the big kids as well as the smaller kids, so adults like to take advantage of that as well. So I think that's pretty much the kind of the majority of the resort that we've seen there. The spa, as I mentioned before, 9 treatment rooms, a hammam, and slightly alternative holistic treatments there, which are amazing. So sound healing, CBD oil, and obviously eco-conservation is really important, top of mind for us, bearing in mind, you know, that the times that we're in, we do everything we can to conserve whilst you're staying with us. So that's it there. I was going to show a quick video, but I don't know how we're doing on time.
How long is the video? If it's a couple of minutes, we should be fine.
3 minutes, so I'll just quickly show that, if that's okay. If it's not working, let me know.
It's working, that's fine.
Yeah. I think it just brings it to life. Right, I'm going to leave it there and send the link to everyone afterwards. I'm conscious of time, but it really helps train, and also when guests are kind of booking, it really helps them understand what they can have when they come and stay with us.
Thank you so much, Melanie. It looks amazing. I must say, I definitely wish I was there right now. There's a couple of questions that have just come in, so we'll just run through those quickly. So a question from Jill: can the beds be split to twins for families?
Unfortunately not, no. For families, then you would either have the day beds if they're in the same villa, or they can have a 2-bedroom villa, or as I mentioned, if they have individual 1-bedrooms, we can guarantee they're next to each other over water.
Okay, thank you. A question from May. All of the images used for the standard are showing young 20 to 40-year-olds. Is that the market that you're appealing
No,
to?
I mean, I have to talk now. Hopefully no one from brand marketing is listening, but actually the demographic is much wider. The brand itself started in cities and it has that kind of like lifestyle kind of fun, but I'd say it's more of a spirit and a feeling and a sentiment. I met families there, they weren't quite multi-generational because it was the parents and the kids, but the parents were in their mid-60s and the kids were in their 20s to 30s. It was a party of 9 that were traveling together. And so definitely it's a wider demographic than the marketing shows. And that's why I think this video actually gives more justice to it in terms of the breadth that it can attract.
Perfect. And Victoria, that covered your question as well. That was very similar. A question from Jade: what are the low and high peak seasons?
I mean, coming into festive is going to be, a busy time, and really kind of, November, December, January, February. But that being said, we've got 115 villas. We do tacticals throughout the year. And, other than the 2 bedrooms going quicker for festive, we can accommodate, and we're quite quick to help people make that reservation if something needs to be tweaked.
And the last question from May is: you mentioned that spa treatments are included in the AI Plus. Can you elaborate on this? What do they get?
So they get a 30-minute treatment, and I can send a PDF afterwards. When I do my follow-up, I'll send a PDF for the light and the plus, so you can see that there as well.
Perfect, thank you. So that's all the questions. Thanks, Melanie. We're going to head over to Emma now from Atmosphere Kanifushi, Maldives.
Hi everyone, let me share my screen. Okay, hopefully you can all see my presentation. So thank you all for joining today. So my name's Emma and I work for Bespoke for a representation company in the UK, and we look after Atmosphere Hotels and Resorts. So within Atmosphere Hotels and Resorts, I'm sure you've all heard of the brand. We have 8 properties. We have the 4 Rob Blue properties, the 2 Ozen properties, and our 2 Atmosphere properties. And today I'm going to be talking about Atmosphere Kanifushi. So this is a picture of Atmosphere Kanifushi. So this is the main stretch of beach. Atmosphere Kanifushi is our first hotel that we built in the Maldives. So it's our flagship hotel. It's the hotel that you probably all know the most. So we're a 5-star premium all-inclusive resort. So when we say premium all-inclusive, it's a really strong all-inclusive, and we have lots of different inclusions in the package that I'll talk about as we go along. So we're a 35-minute seaplane transfer, and we're in Huruvalhi Atoll. So the island itself is 2 kilometers long. So it's quite a long stretch of sandy beach, as you can imagine, to walk along. And we have 162 villas in total, and these include our new residences that we opened this year, which are amazing properties, perfect for families. So it's quite a large island. We have 6 dining outlets in total, 5 of which are fine dining, and the majority of all these are all included within the plan. And then we have our Elena Spa and Wellness Centre, plus we have our tennis courts and activity centre, we have our dive centre, and we also have our children's club. So we're very family-friendly resort. And on the other side, we also have 2 swimming pools. So we have our adult-only section, and then we have our main pool, which is for everyone. We also have an award-winning restaurant here called Just Veg, which we have a Michelin star chef go into once a year to revamp the menu. So I mentioned the transfers by seaplane. So we've actually just opened a new seaplane lounge in the main new seaplane terminal in Mali. So it's really large and spacious. We've got a lovely outdoor terrace as well. Guests have free Wi-Fi while they're waiting for their transfer. They can really relax in style and get the holiday off to a nice start. So tea, coffee, and food is also included at the seaplane terminal while guests are waiting for their transfer. So here you can see the map of Atmosphere Kanifushi. So when I say it's a long island, you can see here the long stretch of beach along here. So it's 2 kilometers in size. All of our beach villas are along the front where this amazing stretch of beaches. So these villas all are guaranteed a sunset view because that's the sunset side where they're all facing. So really lovely, nice sandy stretch of beach here. Now, because the island is so long, guests do also have access to bicycles per villa while they're here. Bicycles are free of charge. We just ask for $1 a day donation, which goes to a local charity. So in terms of room types, we have quite a few rooms at Kanifushi. So here's just a sample of what some of them look like. So our water villas were introduced at the end of 2019. So these are quite new themselves. And then we have the new residences and the grand residences, which opened this year. This is just a view of the beach along Kanifushi. So you can see it's a really lush and really tropical resort. There's a lot of vegetation growing here. So the sunset villas are our lead-in room type. So you can see they're really private. We've got the bushes growing either side and direct access out to the beach. One of the unique things about Kanifushi is our rooms are very large in terms of size, so 100 square meters, and that all of these rooms seat 2 plus 2, so 2 adults plus 2 children, or 3 adults plus 1 child, and the child can be up to the age of 15 because the rooms are so spacious. It just allows more people to be in the room at the same time. But in addition, we do have our 2-bedroom family beach villas as well, which have 2 separate bedrooms, one with a king size bed and one with twin beds for the children, and then 2 bathrooms in that room type. So in terms of what the rooms look like, these are quite traditional Maldivian rooms with the high ceilings. This is the Sunset Pool Beach Villa, which is the next room up from the normal beach villa. As you can see the pool going through there. So this is 192 square meters in size, so even bigger in terms of size. So this sleeps 2 adults plus 2 children, or again 3 plus 1. And these are the new water villas. So these are really beautiful villas, and at night it's all lit up and it's got like a bit of a Miami feel going on. You can see at the back here, this is our overwater restaurant, the Pier 6, which is newly built. We have a teppanyaki restaurant in here as well. And this is what the water villas look like from the outside. So we have about five or so water villas that don't have a pool, but the majority of them do have the water villa with a pool. It's important to mention as well, when guests are booking the premium all-inclusive, if anyone is booking either a beach villa with a pool and above or a water villa with a pool and above, they do also have access to an a la carte breakfast, either in the Sunset or Pier 6. So this room type is the Kanifushi Grand Pool Villa. It's 242 square meters in size, so a really big room type. You can see we've got a big lap pool. You can do proper lengths in this pool. It's got direct access to the beach and a lovely swing seat and amazing views from the front. This room also sleeps 2 adults plus 2 children, or 3 plus 1. And then these are our Kanifushi residences, which are absolutely massive. So these are 595 square meters in size. So these sleep up to 4 adults or 3 children, or 5 adults plus 2 children. So these rooms are ideal for big families that are going away for a special occasion, or if you wanted to go away with another couple, then this room type, you know, it could be the room for them with your own private pool. You don't even have to leave your villa for the day. It really is an amazing room type. This is just another view of the decking area here. So you can see it's got the sunken seating area here. There's a seaplane flying in front, in the background, just coming into the land. There's lounges in the pool, sun lounges at the front as well. You can see the beach is really private, really like beautiful views from here. And that's just another shot of what the terrace looks like here. This is the main bedroom in the residence. So this is the double bed here in the main room. So it's important to know there's also 2 bathrooms here as well. So there's plenty of bathrooms for people to use. Everybody gets their own private bathroom. This is the living and dining area in the middle section. And then this is it's called the child's room. These are full-size beds. This can obviously be made into a double bed if friends were traveling together. So this is what we class as the children's bedroom, and through the other area you can see the doors are opening. That's just an extra living space with another TV. We also have a room in this room type for the nanny. So if anyone's lucky enough to be traveling with a nanny, then there's a room for the nanny to sleep in as well, which is just off the children's bedroom, so they can look after them when they're there. And then this is our main pool area. So it's a large hotel. So this is the big pool here called the Liquid Pool Bar. And then this is the adults only bar. So this is on the pool. So this is on the sunset side. And you can see amazing views here. You can sit here and have a cocktail in the evening and watch the sun go down. So this is a picture of Just Veg. So this is on the other side of the island, where there is no beach, which is the rockier side. So at night, it's amazing to sit here, and when all the lights are on, all the fish come over the decking. So it's a really nice place to sit and have dinner. So it is a vegetarian restaurant, but I have to say the food in here is some of the best food I've ever tried in the Maldives. I'm not a vegetarian at all, but the food is really exquisite. As I said, this is an award-winning restaurant, and we have the Michelin star chef that comes here once every year to revamp the menu. And then we also have Ceylon Bliss, which again is also included. I should mention Just Veg is included within the all-inclusive plan, and so is Ceylon Bliss. So this is our Sri Lankan street food corner, which is open every evening for guests to go and sample the Sri Lankan street food here. Again, this is almost like a pop-up setting, sort of thing, although it is there every day. But the chef, he does his own menu every day. He surprises guests with a taste of his different food on offer, and it really is a nice experience for guests to go and try when they're staying there. And we also offer cooking lessons with the Sri Lankan chef here, and prices start from $50 a day, so that's a really nice experience to try while you're in resort as well. And then this is the Pier 6, so this is the bar area. So this is our overwater restaurant and bar, so it's quite contemporary in style, because the water villas are more contemporary than our main part of the resort. Again, this is a really nice place to go for a drink in the evening or have a really nice a la carte meal. So in terms of the a la carte meals here, so one meal is included at Pier 6 per stay. And the teppanyaki grill, which is also at the end of Pier 6, this is chargeable. So if guests want to go and watch the live cooking here, then they'd have to pay for a special occasion. So we also have our clubhouse, which is our sports and recreation centre. We have the tennis courts here. We have the dive centre here. So in terms of what's included, so there's a lot going on at Atmosphere Kanifushi, because it is one of the most comprehensive plans going that we offer. So the Spice is our buffet restaurant, which is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So guests can obviously eat there as many times as they want. Ceylon Bliss, our Sri Lankan street food, as I mentioned, guests can eat there as many times as they want as well. And then we have the Sunset, which is open every day. And we also offer a la carte lunches here, which are included within the price as many times as guests want. And then Just Veg, which is also included as many times as guests want. For dinner, the Sunset is included once per stay for guests, as is the Pier 6, as I mentioned. All of our drinks included are premium brands of spirits, wines and beers. In the mini bar, it's replenished daily, also with beer, wine, soft drinks, etc. We have complimentary gym access to all guests that they can use while they're staying. And we also have the Children's Club, which is free of charge. And then within our plan as well, we also offer a range of excursions and activities. So we'll offer all guests one complimentary sunset fishing excursion per stay, plus another complimentary excursion. So at the moment, it's the sunset cruise or the dolphin cruise, but we're happy to say that we're also now offering the local island tour again as a complimentary excursion. It was we stopped doing it because of COVID, but now it's back open again. So that really is a really nice excursion if guests want to try that while they're staying, because we also have the turtle rehabilitation centre on the local island. So if guests go there and do the local island tour, they can also go to the turtle rehabilitation centre, which is a really good experience. It is $15 per person when you're there, but most guests do choose to pay and do that because it really is a nice experience to see how they're looking after the turtles and rehabilitating them. So we don't have a reef at Atmosphere Kanifushi. However, we do have 2 complimentary snorkeling trips per day. And these go to 7 different sites. So if you were staying at Kanifushi for a week, you'd get to go to 7 different snorkeling sites. So you get to see a variety of different marine life while you're there. And actually some of them are literally only just around the back of the island on the rockier side. That's where one of our the reefs is. It's not a house reef because you can't swim to it, but it is just around the back of the island. And also on our arrival jetty where the seaplane lands, there is plenty of marine life there as well for anyone who does want to go and snorkel. But it's quite nice to go on the boat trip for the day because it feels like you're going somewhere to do the snorkeling trip. So you're normally out for about an hour on that. We also offer complimentary use of all snorkeling equipment for all guests, and guests also receive 20% off all dives while they're there. We do also have an array of non-motorised and motorised sports available, and the non-motorised sports such as canoeing, kayaks, things like that, and paddleboards, they're all included within the price. Another key selling point for Atmosphere Kanifushi, and new for this year, we are now including spa treatments for all guests. So for every 4-night stay, a guest will receive a 45-minute spa treatment, and that's cumulative. So if they're staying for 8 nights, they'll receive 2 45-minute spa treatments, or if they're staying for 12 nights, they'll receive 3 45-minute spa treatments. And these are proper treatments chosen from a list, like a massage or a facial, or whichever ones they want to do. But it really is a nice little inclusion to have while you're on holiday. And the key thing about when you book an Atmosphere Kanifushi is you're not going to have any hidden costs at the end of your stay if you don't want to. So pretty much the price you're paying before you go is the price that you know, you'll end up with. There'll be no bill at the end of the stay if you don't need to book any extras, because everything's all included, which is quite nice. And this is just one of the sandbank at the end at Kanifushi. So at the moment for Kanifushi, we do have some really good offers out in the market. So our peaks offers have launched early, and for some dates we've got up to 30% off, and that's in our Kanifushi residences as well. So if someone's looking for a good deal, I'd say now is the time to book, because these are some of our most competitive offers that we've had in the market for a while. So yeah, get booking. And that's everything.
Lovely, thank you, Emma. That looks so stunning. I'm not used to all this. I normally deal with the Caribbean, so it's even nice for me to see. Thank you very much. We had one question that came in from Carol. Is the Sunset restaurant adults only, or is it just a Sunset pool bar area?
Yeah, the restaurant here is adult only as well. So for the a la carte lunch, it would just be adults that can eat in there.
Perfect, thank you. So that was the only question that we had for that one. So now we're going to whisk you off to Mauritius with Lucy to talk to you about the Sunlife Mauritius.
Hi everybody, bear with me a sec.
And just remember guys, any questions that you've got for Lucy, please pop them in the Q&A section and we will go through them at the end.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
No, I
oh,
can't
you can't.
see it, actually.
Bear with me a sec. That not work?
There we go. I can see it now.
See it now?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So hi everybody. My name's Lucy and I work for Sunlife. You'll probably know us as Sun Resorts. So that was our previous name, and we've just had a rebrand. So our hotels are all Mauritius based. So we've got Sugar Beach, Long Beach, La Pirogue and Ombre, and we also have a championship golf course on Ile Surf. So I'll whiz through them all, give you a bit of an update on the rebrand. Obviously, Sun Resorts is a well-established Mauritian hotel brand. Ooh, going too quickly. So we wanted to keep the word sun and just basically inject some new life and energy into the brand. But obviously, we didn't want to lose the word sun because that's what people know us for, and obviously they've got the trust in our brand. So at all of our hotels now, we've introduced the Come Alive collection. So this includes Izzy the Bee, which is our children's club, kids club mascot. And basically it's kind of trying to incorporate kids to sort of learn all about the kind of the life cycle of bees and how important they are to the ecosystem, and making learning fun. We've got the Energy Gym, which are the bikes that you can see, and they actually, whilst pedaling them, they actually create electricity around each of the hotels, and there's some lights in the palm trees and along the pathways. So actually light illuminates the paths and at each of the hotels. So you're doing some exercise, and also it's kind of helping the sustainability in the environment. We've also got the beach squad. So each of the resorts have a team of beach buddies that basically are on hand for drinks, food, cold towels, cleaning of sunglasses, basically to make each guest feel like a VIP. So to give you an idea, so we've got Long Beach and Ombre on the east coast, which is obviously the more natural coast of Mauritius, and then La Pirogue and Sugar Beach on the west coast. So all of the hotels that we have are all about an hour from the airport. But Sugar Beach, obviously famous for the west coast of Mauritius and the amazing sunsets. So Sugar Beach, basically, with the rebrand, they will see the fusion of like the past, the present, and the future. It's a 10-15 minute walk to the nearest town of Flickenflack. So if you do have any clients who would like to actually kind of go out and there's restaurants and shops and bars, then it's quite a nice option for them. It's slightly less touristy than up in the north. And Sugar Beach, it's got a huge area of land. It's got an amazing lawn outside the manor house and a fabulous stretch of beach. So it's plenty for people to kind of relax and enjoy the scenery. Sugar Beach actually had a renovation during, well, it was pre-COVID and then was finished during COVID. So they've injected sort of stylish look. It's much lighter, brighter, fresher. And it used to be very kind of dark mahogany, and it's all kind of to do with this sort of touch of West Coast glamour. So it's all centered around the manor house, and then they have the North Villas and the South Villas. But the kind of the new rebrand is all about the manor house living, and they've kind of coined it Manor Glamour. So just to give you an idea, so we've got 238 rooms in total at Sugar Beach. So we do interconnecting rooms, so it's great for couples and families. So it's got a real a buzz around it, and obviously with the introduction of the new experiences that we've got, which I'll touch on now. So part of the Come Alive collection, so they've actually introduced certain experiences at each of the hotels. So they're all different. So we actually got, the reason why Sarah's not here today is because she's actually currently at Sugar Beach because we're having a big party tonight there for the relaunch. So we actually have Crazy Croquet. So guests can get involved, and that's on the manor house lawn, and they, you know, wearing their croquet whites and having a nice Aperol spritz. I've just seen some pictures of some of the group out there at the moment. Time for tea, because we now actually have a tea lounge with over 100 different types of Mauritian tea. You can actually make your own perfume, so various different scents to choose from. So, and then guests can take that away, and that's a little kind of keepsake to remind them of their time at Sugar Beach. The Strictly Sugar actually have some dances, so they can teach you, have a bit of a Strictly kind of themed, and yeah, teach you some new dances and all the different steps. So hopefully guests can kind of remember those and take those home as well. Putting on the Ritz is actually, so they have introduced a kind of it's all about sort of dressing to impress and bringing back a sense of occasion. So guests are encouraged to get glammed up for dinner. If they don't have anything kind of glam enough, then they are actually able to hire dresses or black tie and have a makeover. So, and it's all the dinner's set up in the manor house, which is Gov's Flowers. So again, it's kind of taking them back to like a time way back when, and make them feel very kind of glamorous. Beauty Bubble is actually, we've got a nail bar, so that's around open in the daytime, and then it turns into a spa at nighttime, and that's on the beach. So guests can go and have a massage or a manicure, and also have a nice cocktail as well. So so those are the new experiences at Sugar Beach, and then I'll obviously go on to the other hotels as well. So we actually have, most guests tend to be on half board, full board, or all inclusive. So we've got different restaurants to choose from. So the main restaurant is buffet style, and that's split into 3 different areas, offering buffet in Mauritian food, French food, or the grill. Then we also have, you can see the main picture here is Buddha Bar. So we actually have exclusivity of Buddha Bar in the whole of the Indian Ocean. And then they do amazing sushi. There's a live DJ, and it's got a really cool kind of chilled out vibe. And obviously you've got the amazing sunset behind. So definitely encourage guests to relax there with a nice cocktail in hand. Citronella is our restaurant in it's kind of a Mediterranean fusion. So they do pizzas, pastas, grilled fish, meats, and that's set right on the beach, and they can actually set up kind of special dinners if it's an anniversary or a birthday. So if there are any things like that, then obviously the hotel can do it. We also have our own brewery, a microbrewery, which we set up during COVID. So actually they brew their own lagers, and we have different types of beers. So again, that's included in the all-inclusive meal plan as well. Lots of activities that run throughout our hotel, so I'll kind of touch on them on this slide, but they are obviously available at the other hotels as well. So all the non-motorized water sports are free of charge, and that actually includes the daily glass bottom boat ride and snorkeling trips, which go out kind of twice a day. There's the two main pools at Sugar Beach. One tends to be more kind of family friendly, and one is more, it's not adult only, but it's like the quiet pool. So that's more of a lap pool, and where people want to properly swim, and it's a bit quieter. Obviously, we've got the gym, we've got lots of different equipment there. We've got tennis courts. We have a Saint Monde branded spa at all of our hotels. So that's, they obviously offer their sort of type of massages that they do. So massages, couples massages, facials. There's a hammam there. So we've got the couples treatment rooms, hair salon, and they can also do martial arts. They do kickboxing. So there's plenty of activities kind of at the beach and off the beach as well. So to keep people busy. I mentioned our new mascot. So we've got the kids club mascot, Izzy the bee. So the kids club actually at Sugar Beach is the largest kids club in Mauritius. It's open from sort of 9 in the morning till 10 p.m. at night. We do offer babysitting services again at all the hotels, apart from the adult only one. And then it's age 2 to 11 and 12 to 17. So most people, obviously you might go to kids club on sort of first couple of days. It depends on what the parents are looking for, but the kids do need to be toilet trained. So it says from 2, but as long as they're obviously out of nappies, otherwise they have to have an adult that goes with them. But part of introducing the new mascot, so obviously I mentioned essential to the cycle of life. They just want to kind of educate the kids on the journey of learning and encouraging them about their understanding and connection with nature. So obviously bees are a vital importance of this, and we actually have beehives, so they can learn all about the beehives. They can hear stories about the life of bees, and then they can actually get involved and do some cooking with the honey that's actually made at the hotel. So it's all just designed to inspire the next generation of growing minds. So, but making learning fun. Obviously, they're on holiday. They don't, they're not at school, so they want to make it fun and interactive, and just have something that they can kind of take home with them. So next door to Sugar Beach, right next door is La Pirogue. So Sugar Beach is our 5-star hotel, and La Pirogue is our 4-star deluxe. Staying at both of them, you can interchange between the two hotels. So you just walk along the beach and you can use all the facilities of the other. If you want to go for dinner, then you just have to pre-book the restaurant reservation. And then obviously if you're staying at Sugar Beach and you want to go to La Pirogue, that's fine. Just obviously give your room number and vice versa. So you kind of get 2 hotels for the price of 1, which is great. And La Pirogue is quite a different style to Sugar Beach. It's very authentic Mauritian. It's one of the oldest hotels in Mauritius. La Pirogue actually means wooden boat. So it's all centered around a traditional fishing village kind of style. And we get a lot of repeat guests going here that have been going there since the late 70s. So it's very popular. The team are great there, and they really look after their guests. So obviously I mentioned it's all about the kind of local fishing village, and very kind of typical Mauritian sort of feel. So the Come Alive collection at La Pirogue, that actually includes, so the village vibe, again, it's kind of like bringing the village from outside within the hotel. So lots of Mauritian culture, lots of artwork or sort of jewelry that they can buy. So they know that sometimes people don't necessarily go out of resorts, so they want to kind of, teach the holiday makers about their culture and what there is to do there. The pirogue painting, actually, that's was happening yesterday. So again, the team that are out there at the moment, so they were painting the wooden boat, so they can do a bit of kind of artwork and make their write their name on there or draw pictures. So it's just to kind of get people involved. Marsan Comfy, that's actually a local Mauritian storyteller. So he's there to talk about the stories of Mauritius and inspire people on the traditional recipes of Mauritian cooking as well. So he's kind of full of stories and whimsical. Brilliant breakfast. They do a floating breakfast. So again, that's very popular for couples or honeymooners. Sega Zumba is a combination, obviously, of the Mauritian Sega dancing mixed with Zumba. And then we have coral farming, which is very popular at the moment. So we're all about regenerating the coral that has been damaged. And actually what they do at La Pirogue and at Longreach, they regenerate it out of the sea on land, and then it takes a lot less time to kind of regenerate, and then they plant it back into the sea. Just to give you an idea of the accommodation, so we've got 248 rooms at La Pirogue. They're all ground floor level. They've all got the thatched roofs, typically Mauritian, high ceilings, whitewashed walls, lots of funky fabrics and kind of local Mauritian materials. So lots of rattan for the chairs. So it's got a real kind of boho chic style to it. So again, it's very popular for couples and families. So we do get lots of people going, so from everywhere really. And obviously I mentioned you can use the facilities at Sugar Beach, but La Pirogue themselves, the main restaurant again is buffet style. So that's open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Most people, again, either half board or all inclusive, but there is a full board as well. We've got Coconut Cafe, which is our Mauritian street food restaurant. We've got Magenta, which is offering our seafood restaurant. And then we have a wine sort of library where you get a card and you can actually do your own wine tasting. So you can, top up just a small amount, and then you can kind of get to the ones you like and then have a larger one. I know that they're quite popular in London. So just to recap on the West Coast, so obviously the top reasons for the West Coast, obviously the amazing stretch of white sandy beaches. I would say, obviously I'm biased, the East Coast and the West Coast do have the best beaches. Obviously you've got 12 restaurants and bars to choose from over the 2 hotels. You've got the amazing sunsets, which are absolutely amazing. And obviously you've got the Saint-Mon branded spa. So there's definitely something on between the 2 hotels that will keep people busy, and it's definitely worth going. We often do have clients who want to do a bit of the East Coast and West Coast. So quite often we do, they start at Long Beach and then they'll finish at Sugar Beach, and then on their changeover day they often do some touring or go some sightseeing. So that's quite a nice option as well. So just to go over to the East Coast quickly, I'm conscious obviously of time. Long Beach is our, it's all about kind of active relaxation. It's quite a modern contemporary hotel. So part of the new rebrand, they're kind of looking at Long Beach at Mauritius through a new lens. So it is quite different in style to Sugar Beach and La Pirogue, but there is something for everybody. So it's very popular for couples and families, but I would say very popular for people with like older kids and teenagers. So because there's so much to do, lots of activities, lots of water sports, and it's spread over quite a huge area. So all of our hotels are on large areas of land because we're one of the oldest hotel groups in Mauritius. So we got some of the best spots. So they're all about 250 rooms-ish, but they never feel kind of really big, like everyone's on top of each other because there's so much space. So obviously I mentioned the East Coast is the more natural coast. So amazing stretch of beach, and actually you've got the lagoon at Long Beach, so it's really good for snorkeling, and obviously out to the coral reef. So definitely encourage guests to do that. The Come Alive collection at Long Beach, actually they've transformed the Piazza area, which is kind of the main focal point of the resort. All the restaurants are kind of centered around this, and this is where the main bar is. So it does get quite lively in the evening. So they've introduced some interactive artworks and light installations. So that's new at the moment. So it's all happened in the last couple of weeks. So actually I'll know more on each of these experiences in the next few days because obviously everyone's there at the moment. We've got Sleep Anywhere. So we've got different sleep pods dotted around resort for people to have a little sneaky nap. Sante is actually our new mixologist and creating different cocktails. So gone are the days of just the sort of bog standard normal cocktails. So they're bringing their kind of elegant twist to the mixology kind of sorcery that goes behind making the cocktails. And then we also have our biodiversity park. So again, they've got some beehives there. And then just to encourage guests to learn all about the sustainability and conservation efforts, and obviously including the coral nursery. And guests can actually adopt a coral, and then you can actually walk through the nature trail to discover all the endemic plants, and actually eat in the chef's herb garden as well. So it's all about kind of encouraging people in a kind of fun way.
Lucy, I'm so sorry, but we're going to have to stop it there because it's
okay.
3, and yeah, we've got to do the questions as well.
Oh, right, okay,
But,
no problem.
what you will be able to do is in your follow-up, you can add in anything that you want to the agents and just write about anything that was missed. So sorry to have to cut that
That's
short.
okay, no problem. It's difficult to get 4 in 15 minutes.
It is, definitely. If you could just unshare your screen for me, please. Thank you. But yeah, anything you want to add in, you'll be able to contact all of the agents.
Okay,
so thank you so much, Lucy. That looks really good. It's a lot to cram in. I appreciate. Thank you, everybody. So we're going to just do a couple of questions. So I'm just going to get the hoteliers to introduce their prize, and we'll just go one by one. So Melanie, we'll start with you as you went first. So if you would like to introduce your prize and ask the question. So how this works, I'm pretty sure you're all used to it, but if you could make sure that you're in the chat screen and that your drop down says everybody, everybody will get 1 entry into the spin to win for just being on the webinar today, and whoever gets the answer correct the quickest will win 10 entries. So Sarah will have a look at those and follow up with the winner tomorrow. So I'll hand over to you, Melanie, to introduce your prize and ask that question, please.
Yeah, so mine is a $50 Amazon voucher, and the question is, how many villas have a plunge pool? We got 115.
Oh, lots of different answers. what was the correct answer, Melanie?
115.
115. So just want to see who said that first. I think it was Sarah Townsend said 115 first. So you'll get 10 entries, Sarah. Well done. Just making a note there. Okay, so yeah, obviously Sarah normally handles this, so I've made that note and she will announce the spin to win winners tomorrow. So Emma, I'll pass over to you to introduce your prize and ask your question, please.
Yeah, so our prize is also a £50 Amazon voucher. And my question is, can anyone tell me the name of the award-winning restaurant at Atmosphere Kanifushi?
So it moves so quickly, doesn't it?
I think someone gave the answer before I'd even finished speaking.
So it's Just Veg the correct answer.
Yeah, that is the right answer.
So Carol Smith was the quickest there. So Carol, you'll get 10 entries into the spin to win, and as mentioned, Sarah will coordinate that tomorrow. So well done. And then Lucy, over to you to introduce your prize, please, and the question that you have.
So my prize is a £50, I think it's Love to Shop voucher. And the question is, what is one of the Come Alive collections of the kind of traditional old school game you can play at Sugar Beach? Yes. Who said that first? Eliza.
Is that the correct answer? Was that Eliza? Yes.
Yeah.
Eliza. Okay, so well done, Eliza. As mentioned, you'll get 10 entries into the spin to win. So Sarah will follow up on all of those tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining. It's been great. There's so many different KSPs to each of those properties. So thank you very much, Lucy, Melanie and Emma for joining us today to share that. They will follow up with you, so watch out for some follow-ups from the hoteliers. Anything else they've got to add, they can put in their follow-up for you. And anybody else that's joining our next lot of webinars, we'll see you on the 8th of December for the next family webinar. So that's all from us. Have a good day, everybody, and thank you very much for joining. And it went smoothly with no Sarah, so we did it. We did it.
Thanks, everyone.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thanks,
Thank you very
everyone.
much.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.